Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. I'm a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and on these videos we discuss the tea with the tarot. These videos are always meant to be helpful, not hateful. So, if you're down with that, join the family. And today, I feel like I need to add this too. Everything we talk about today, everything we use the cards for today, let's consider this all alleged. Let's consider this all entertainment, because I don't want to get into any kind of weird shit over this. I'm telling you, I don't. So, this video today, I'm doing this based on request. This was highly requested for me to do today. I'm assuming that if you're here and if you're watching this, you already know everything that's going on with Onision / Greg Jackson / James Jackson, with Kai / Laney Bot / Taylor, with Chris Hansen, with Repzion. This is a saga. This is a saga that's been going on for a while. And so I'm assuming that if you're here, you're already familiar with the saga. You don't need me to rehash anything. You've already watched a ton of videos, gotten a lot of information from people who have this great investigative journalism style. I bet you've watched and followed most, if not all, of the Have a Seat with Chris Hansen episodes, and if you haven't, I encourage you to. I've seen a few myself, and basically people were just requesting that I look into the cards to see if we can get in any insights into some of the big questions that are coming up. So some of the big questions that I've been getting: when is YouTube ever going to deplatform this man? He's been deplatformed off of Patreon, off of Twitch. Is YouTube ever going to jump on board and do something about this? I've had questions about, Onision is bringing Repzion and Chris Hansen to court. How's that going to go? Is he going to win? Are they going to win? How's the court case going to go? How's that going to play out? I've had people ask in general, what's going to happen with this FBI investigation? Police say that people are going to be held accountable for the things that they've done, and all of that. So these are the questions that y'all have been asking me, want me to make a video. I have been avoiding making a video because I'm used to making videos on trivial YouTube drama, y'all. I'm used to making videos on so-and-so said this about so-and-so. Oh, they threw shade. This person hurt this person's feelings. This person, did this or said that, or stuff like that. I'm not used to making YouTube videos on major allegations, criminal allegations, things that are under ongoing investigation and leading into court cases and things involving the legal system. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but that doesn't sound like the kind of thing that seems fun to jump in on and try to be poking around and getting some answers on. So I've avoided it, but y'all have asked long enough. And so I sat with myself and thought about it and figured, worst case scenario, I film a video and decide to never post it. So if you're seeing this right now, I guess I decided to get brave and post it, huh? So, what do y'all say? Let's just jump right into it, huh? Usually I give my own 2 cents, my own opinions about the tea and the drama before I start pulling cards. But y'all, like I've said, you've already heard this thing through. You've already heard everything. So if you want to know my thoughts and my opinions, let me give it to you very simple. Let me give it to you very straight. Let me give it to you very quickly. Everything that Chris Hansen, the victims, supporters of his show, and those who were victimized allegedly by Onision and Kai, all the things that they think and feel about the situation, I think and feel the same way. So if you want to know my views, click on any YouTube video about this out there. Almost everybody feels the same way about this. Almost everybody thinks the same way. We have the same stance. We're all just talking about the same thing, and we seem to be all on the same team about it. So I'm not going to waste any time going on all of that. I figure we'll just get straight to the cards. So let's start out with the court cases coming up. So Repzion, Chris Hansen, having to go to court. There was talk about lawsuits. Now it's talk about order of protection. So let's just look into that. So this one, we'll start off Repzion. So the court case, the court hearing that Repzion will need to attend for this order of protection. Let's see how that looks, how that's going to go. What can we expect from that for him? You know, all of that. Let's see what the cards have to say. Whew. All right, that's not a... I don't like seeing that as the first card I put down. However, a lot of times when we start pulling cards, it tells a story of what has just recently happened and started happening from there and kind of moving on from then. So we'll just kind of see where it starts. Did a card just flip in this pile? Sure enough, look. 2 cards flipped in this pile. I'll put them both down since they both turned over as we were shuffling. Alright, so let me get into this. Let me look before I start getting into it, because like I said, this card freaks me out a little bit. This card freaks me out a little bit. We're talking about Repzion's court case. Okay, so let me just get started with it. We'll pull more and have the story go from there. So this card is basically saying this has been a pain in his ass for quite some time now. This is something that, you know, that Onision has been threatening to do things to Repzion for years, I believe. And to some degree, I think that there was a little bit of Repzion kind of blowing it off a bit, because it's been all smoke up to this point, and now all of a sudden, boom, something's happening, and it's real. Like, we're actually having to go to court over this. And so this is where the emotions get brought in. The Queen of Cups is kind of an emotional card, and the Nine of Swords too. So this is saying that getting served with papers to have to come to court, as with anybody, no matter how much you feel like you're innocent of being accused of whatever it is that you're being accused of, we're gonna panic. We're gonna have a bit of a freak out. We're gonna feel a bit shaken. We're gonna be feeling like the rug got ripped out from under us. We got kicked off our high horse. You know, things aren't gonna feel good. And this card is a lot of stress, sometimes some paranoia. So that's kind of the feeling states going on. Here we have the Empress and the Emperor. And the interesting part is the two of these are side by side. And usually this is kind of signifying, especially if they're ever side by side, which is quite rare, this is kind of a husband and wife thing. This is a husband and wife. And with a page, pages are young. So pages a lot of times include people who are underage, under the age of 18, youth, kids. So this is just kind of basically going over that the order involves, I mean, it says husband and wife. I know that Kai now is transitioning into a male, but the cards are reading this as husband and wife energy and their kids. So let's see, now that the cards have honed in on what this is about, let's see what they say about it. Woo! The cards are flying out, y'all. This is a big thing. The cards are flying out. Okay, so what I see here, oof, dang. So this was an impulsive decision made by somebody who was incredibly immature and who has a certain craft. So obviously this is talking about Onision, that this is like, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna, I want it to stop. I'm tired of all this talk, blah, blah. I'm gonna just fill out something here. I'm not even certain that you necessarily need an attorney to fill out an order of protection. I think you can just obtain one, fill it in, and submit it, and then it goes into the circuit, or whatever you would want to call it. And I see that someone who is emotionally very immature made a very rash decision, and this is all a part of his craft. This is all a part of his MO. This is how he does things. This is how he operates. All right, let's see. Yeah, okay. So this card right here is kind of like pushing the pause button. This is saying that we're pushing the pause button. This is a period of time where nothing can be done. While everyone is awaiting this court case, nothing can really be done. Repzion can't really do a whole lot right now. He's kind of bound by the order of how the legal system goes. There's not much that can be done. We all have to kind of press the pause button here. The moon. Interesting. The moon card a lot of times is talking about secrets, hidden agendas, all of that kind of under the surface stuff that people don't know about. But with the world card in reverse, that's like, this isn't over. This isn't over. So this is going to keep going. I want to see more about what these two cards mean, because technically, in an order of protection or a case that, you would appear before a judge, say each other's sides, and the judge would say whether or not the order is granted. So there's something more going on here as it pertains to Onision and Repzion than just the court case. So let me get some more on that. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Good. So, well, I say good. So, in terms of secrets, this is that there's more going on about this court case and about Onision and Repzion's relationship / history / the two of them together than we even are aware of. This is kind of saying, having to walk away from something because of the conflict, and because it's, it's either walk away or fight, stand up or, and fight, or just go away, because there's a lot of hidden details here. This, with being the Sun card, is a really good sign for Repzion. So I don't think that whatever goes through court towards Repzion is really going to make it. I don't see this as being something that's going to work out for him. I don't know how much Repzion is going to want to talk about this moving forward, or how much he'll be able to talk about some of this moving forward. I think there are some things that he's going to feel like he needs to just leave the commentary, to Chris Hansen and the FBI investigation, and to just speak on certain things that he feels confident about, watch how he says certain things, and participate in this movement, I guess you could say, in a bit of a different way. I think he's going to be thinking about kind of a different way of presenting himself as it relates to this. But overall, what I'm seeing is the strained relationship, if you want to call it that, between Repzion and Onision will not end with this court case. That's going to continue. There's still going to be beef between the two of them. There's still going to be some kind of weird thing lingering. I would have half a mind to think that because it doesn't appear like this court case is going to go in Onision's favor, that he's going to think about different ways to try something else to get at Repzion, because at this point he sees this as being personal. Like this is a personal vendetta, allegedly, that Onision has against Repzion now. And there's more that's going to come out about it. This is the secrets card, remember? There's more that's going to come out about it. There's something we don't even know yet as it relates to this fight between the two of them, and more is going to come out from this. But I see the case going overall very well for Repzion. So let me look into Chris Hansen's case, because I know we're already 15 minutes into this, and I knew this was going to be a long video, and my hope was that it would be worth it to people anyway. If I need to break this up into several videos, I can. If I need to do that, I can. So y'all see me shuffling. Sometimes cards come up that are the same cards, whether it's in the same position or different positions. But y'all see me shuffling. And there's almost 80 cards in this deck, so I mean it's a big deck. It's a big deck. All right, so let's look for Chris Hansen's case. We get the World card again, y'all. We get the Nine of Swords card again, y'all. But both of these were reversed in the last reading, and now both of these are upright in this reading. Oh my God! We're getting the five. See, this is how you know these things are connected, because we're getting the same cards, and y'all watched me shuffle. Y'all watched me shuffle. And I shuffle even as I'm pulling cards. I shuffle even as I'm pulling cards. So, and the moon again, but this time in reverse. So this is about Chris Hansen's case, court case against him, the one about the order of protection. Okay, so what I see here is Chris Hansen is going in. Okay, I say this with all due respect, but that man has some big dick energy. And I say this with all due respect. He has some big dick energy. So he's coming at this case to make a point and close it. Like, okay, I'm going to show up and do what I got to do, and I'm going to put an end to it. Boom. Let's move on. You know, this is something that with this card in the upright position and where it is, this is something that this situation has been stressful to Chris Hansen. I know he's a very strong man. He seems very unbreakable, unshakable, but this is a stressful situation for him. And I think it's stressful for him because he has been so committed to this kind of cause for decades, and just seeing people with those kind of predator type behaviors out there is distressing to him. It's stressful. It's stressful that things take so long and that processes go the way they are to have to work. And this was a big eye roll for him, getting slapped with this order of protection. It's like, ugh, you know, now I've got to go through something else, you know, that kind of a thing. He's really just sick of it, and he wants this conflict to end. He's done with it. He's done with playing games too. He's done with, you know, like any kind of feelings like, it's hard to explain. He's just done. Like, how else do you explain that? It's like, I'm sick of this. I'm done with this. I don't want to feel these things anymore. I don't want to see these things. I don't want to deal with these things. I want this to be a swift justice and get it done and move on. And I know a lot of other people have kind of echoed the same types of things. With this card, though, the moon in reverse, this is kind of an expose right here. So this is laying things out on the table, exposing things for what they really are. It's interesting here with the Hermit card being in reverse, though, right next to this, because this is kind of a card, let me just, before I speak on this, let me see who this is referring to, because I'm starting to think that that might not be for Chris and it might be for Onision. Oh, shoot! Y'all saw that card shoot out? here we go again with the Queen of Cups that we had in the last one. See, this is all connected, and it's connected for a reason. So what we're seeing here is there is a component to this case that has become somewhat emotional to Chris Hansen. And when I say emotional, I just mean that he is emotionally tied to wanting an outcome a certain way. That you know, he really is the kind of person that he does this stuff because he feels like it's the right thing to do. And hearing these stories from these alleged victims does affect him. It does bother him. It does affect him. And he's this person that's looking out across the world, just seeing what everything is, assessing what's out there, trying to come up with a plan. Part of his plan involves pulling back a little bit. And when I say pulling back, I don't mean pulling back on anything, you know, investigative. I mean pulling back within himself so that at any given time he can think of strategy. I think he's really smart. He's been in this for a long time, and I think he knows that there's a certain strategy to getting certain places and to getting to what you want. So I think that he's going to be pulling back and reassessing strategy and making new plans about how to use these downsides in his favor later. So I think that any of this stressful, distressing stuff, I think he's going to use these downsides in his favor later. I think he's planning and plotting and strategizing in all the smart man ways that he is. So, but about his court case from Onision to him about the order of protection. Y'all, I can't make this up that I keep getting these same cards as in the last reading. That's because this shit is connected. That's why I keep getting the same cards. Interesting. Okay. Y'all, when we got the sun card in the last reading, what did it signify? What did it signify? Repzion winning his case. Boom, there you go. Here you have, again, somebody that is coming at this from a place of feeling like... Okay, let me explain this. This card here is symbolizing Onision feeling like he's getting backed into a corner. And when people get backed into a corner, a lot of times they lash out because they don't know what else to do, especially people who have a tendency to be under-evolved in some ways, allegedly. And in this case, this just says that there's two ways to see something, and it's clear. There's two ways to see something. Either the judge sees it the way that Onision states it, or the judge sees it the way that Chris Hansen states it. And here we go again with the upright sun card. So here we go again, getting that information that we wanted about, yes, his case is going to be successful. So once again, an order of protection against Chris Hansen. The only thing that is going to come of that for Onision is that it's now going to become a layer of ammunition for Chris Hansen to use later on to further his point. So honestly, you just made his job easier is all you did by doing that. Secrets exposed. It's coming. Secrets are being exposed, and he's gonna win this case. So, y'all, I'm telling you. Okay. It's 25 minutes this video is. What do y'all think? Well, I can't ask you. I'm used to doing live videos, you know, where I get to ask. I think I'm going to cut this video right now, and I think I'm going to film a part 2. And in the part 2, I'm going to ask two things. One, I want to look into whether or not Onision's going to get deplatformed from Facebook, because that's what everybody's been waiting on, is that. And also the big question with the FBI case, is it going to go anywhere? Is he going to finally be, you know, convicted of of his alleged misconduct, and, you know, have some sort of legal sentence for him, for Kai. You know, how will that go, and will that go somewhere? So I think I'll do a part 2 because this video is already long enough. I'll do a part 2. So if you are interested in seeing a part 2, subscribe, like this video, share this video to anybody that you think would find this entertaining, find this useful, anybody who might want to follow and see the part 2 for the outcome. And always, I do private readings as well, so if you want any private readings with me, just hit me up at my email listed below. And I'll see y'all real soon with a follow-up to this. Bye, guys.